I'm here at our 2025 Advisor Summit in Orlando, Florida. I'm here with a colleague and friend of mine for almost 10 plus years now, which is scary to think about, Emily Platt, who's the Vice President of Advisor Success. So Emily, I want to start with that topic, advisor success.
Yeah.
Can you talk about a little bit what you do in that role to help advisors grow their practice?
Definitely. So this is a very new role, both for Wealthspire and I would say for the industry as a whole.
Yeah, I think it's actually a unique role in the industry too. Not many firms have a role like this.
It is. And practice management has become a lot more important across both RIAs and the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
And I think the reason for that and what practice management is supporting advisors and making sure that they can help their clients to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
So having all the resources that they need to support their clients.
Yeah.
I think as the industry changes, as we see, AI come into play and markets have become very efficient, it's figuring out how we as advisors can be of the best support to our clients and offer them everything that they need that they can't get from, AI or other tools.
Just adding value.
How can we add value? Exactly right. And so I think figuring out practice management in this role is figuring out how advisors can be supported and adding the most value to their clients.
Yeah.
And as for advisors to be supported themselves, have the education that they need, the resources that they need. It's evolving and changing.
Absolutely.
We see it right now. It's really relevant with the inauguration being this week, policy changes coming into play. How can we make sure that our advisors are ready to support their clients through all these changes that are upcoming?
Yeah.
And so as a practice management team, as we call advisor success at Wealthspire, is helping both on the client experience side and the advisor experience, and then on business development and growth.
Absolutely.
And so how can we help advisors expand their business? Because we really believe in the work that we do at Wealthspire. We believe in the value that we add to our clients, and we want more clients to be able to experience that help from their advisors as fiduciaries. And then on the other side, from an advisor experience and client experience, we want them to have all the information that they need to support their clients and be ready to tackle any scenario that comes to them.
Yeah, I was going to say, a phrase that gets used a lot in the industry is tools in the toolbox.
Yeah.
And it's even more important now, like you mentioned, to try to find ways to add value to clients' lives as an advisor. And the more tools you have, the way you can better serve your clients.
Have you felt like, as you've been in this industry for 10 years, have you felt like things have evolved and changed over the time that you've been here? Whether it's, in those client relationships, the offerings at different RIAs. We've obviously seen a huge rise in RIAs since we've been in this industry.
Yeah, I think there's obviously been a rise in the RIAs. There's been a rise in consolidation amongst them as well. So they're kind of getting bigger in terms of more AUM, which allows them to invest more in technology services that are out there to best serve their clients. So what in the past has kind of been a way to differentiate yourself in terms of, hey, we have access to this technology, this service. Now it's actually a detriment if you don't have it.
Yeah.
A great example is Plan, where we can take our clients' tax returns, put it into a software, and within minutes get really detailed data that we can then run scenarios. A Roth conversion scenario is a great example to say what your taxes are going to look like the next 2 to 3 years. Let's run some Roth conversion scenarios and see what that tax bill would actually look like for you. So you can pair that with another software like Money Guide Pro, which is our financial planning software. Being able to do that 5 to 10 years ago was very unique. Yeah. Nowadays, a lot of advisors have access to these tools because they're becoming more prominent, more well-known in the industry. So now it's making sure how efficient can we be with those tools, but also coupled with that, it's are you asking your clients the questions to see if these tools are necessary. You can give me the biggest toolbox in the world, but if I'm not asking clients the right questions, I don't know which tools to use to help best serve them.
Yeah.
So I think from our standpoint, it's making sure that we are communicating with our clients as much as efficiently as we possibly can to make sure that we know, okay, this is what's going to be beneficial for you. This one might not be as beneficial for you. So the more tools that we have, obviously the best way we can serve our clients, but nothing is going to make up for the fact that advisors need to be always talking to their clients, always asking them questions and always staying curious. And that's one of the great things about being at this summit is we all get to kind of share ideas, which then we can take back to our clients and make sure that we're asking the right things, making sure that we're trying to kind of poke and prod certain areas to find if there's ways we can add value. Because that's really where advisors can separate themselves, I think, is what else can we do? What other value can we add to our clients? And, whether it's AI or the software, there's so many ways we can do it.
And that's the job of practice management team,
Absolutely.
right? We want to make sure that we have the best tools and the best resources for you to access as an advisor. And it's great at a summit like this that we can hear from all of our advisors across the country to really understand what their needs are, what their clients are telling them, and then how can we support them in making sure they have those resources and those tools to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. So in your new role, I know you're also a part of our outsourced chief investment officer offering.
Yeah.
Which is a very unique thing that we offer as well. Can you talk a little bit about what you do in that role and what that service is?
Yeah. So our OCIO offering, as you mentioned, outsourced chief investment officer.
A little bit easier to say OCIO.
A little easier to say OCIO. So we'll say that for now. But OCIO is something, it's been around for a while in different ways. But what we notice is we have an amazing investment team of 20 plus individuals here at Wealthspire, that their job is to serve advisors, helping them serve their clients. And so they are some of the best people in the industry when it comes to due diligence, when it comes to, building CMAs and asset allocation and producing deliverables, because we are, our investment team really understands the end client and they have the end client in mind, which I think really differentiates them.
And they have the experience with that in mind as well.
And the experience with that. So I think what we've done is we've realized that there's so much value that our investment team can add to our advisors here at Wealthspire that why don't we offer that out to other firms, especially smaller firms who don't want to have an in-house investment team. Absolutely. It can cost a lot of money, not only just to hire CFAs on your team, but also to have the right tools like a Bloomberg terminal or Morningstar Direct or whatever it might be. That really adds up. Yeah. So what we decided is we packaged together our investment offering in different tiers to provide other RIAs and other investment firms with a top class investment team. Yeah. And we hope that they think of us as their in-house investment team, but working externally. And it comes at a cost much, much less than you would get even one CFA on staff. So it provides other firms with the resources that they need from an investment perspective to tackle and work with their clients, and also know that they have people working for them doing the proper due diligence. Yeah. And they're providing their clients with the best-in-class investments. But I think we do it going above and beyond just saying, here's a plug-and-play offering for you, because we really understand that not all clients are the same. Yeah. Not all advisors are the same. And so we built an offering that is extremely customizable. Yeah. So you can say, as RIA X in the Pacific Northwest, I need something really different than RIA in South Florida who serves, clients of $20 million plus, where we have RIAs who have clients around, $1 million. Yeah. And you need different things for different types of clients. And so we've built different offerings to serve that. And I think it's a huge value add of what our investment team can do here for other firms. Yeah,
I think, having that tailored approach is extremely important. Advisors are realizing that now, that it's not just cookie cutter stuff out there that clients want. They want everything to be customized towards them. And a great example that you mentioned there is the Bloomberg terminal, just access to that. I think a lot of advisors out there can relate. The number of times when you talk to a prospect and you get a statement and there's some random security that they inherited or something split and they had no clue what it is, and looking that up on something that's just public information, Yahoo Finance or whatever it is, you're not always going to get exactly what that is. Having someone with access to a terminal to just look up a security quickly within a matter of seconds and just say, hey, here's what this is, here's what the liquidity looks like, the bid-ask spread, things like that. It's so incredibly helpful to provide that to a prospect that just says, I don't even know what this thing is.
And it's not only that, but our investment team has such a deep knowledge base in all of these areas that typically they know these investments inside and out. Yeah. So you're talking to someone who has experience, years of experience researching these securities, understanding these funds, whatever it might be, that can easily just talk to them. So a lot of times for an advisor, you want to be spending your time best actually working on the planning aspect, working one-on-one with clients. You don't want to be taking 30 minutes away from your day, an hour away from your day to go research the security that the client had a question about. Absolutely. Or if they're asking about their concerns around gold or whatever the question might be, you can reach out to us as your investment team to be able to get all that support for you, knowing that you have people who really understand this, and it saves you a lot of time, right? Absolutely. And that should be the goal. That's why Bryan understands investments very well, trust me, but it's not something that you want to be doing day in and day out. You want to be serving your clients. And so our goal is to support you through that. And we do the same thing for other firms and other advisors.
Yeah, it all goes back to finding ways to add value to your clients. And on the investment side, having a team like ours backing you, it's incredibly powerful and allows you to focus on what you want to do as an advisor to best serve your clients.
Great.
So one of our themes at the summit here is obviously growth. So I would be remiss if I didn't end our interview here with what are you most excited about for the future of Wealthspire, especially from a growth perspective?
Being here at the summit, over the last couple of days, and I've actually seen a lot of new faces. I've been at this firm for almost 8 years now.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to walk in and see all these new faces. And at first I was a little bit nervous because I'm so used to our very tight culture and how we've always worked together. I know everyone. And so I always get a little nervous when new people are introduced. I want to make sure that, they also care about the clients in the same way we do, right?
That they're aligned with us.
That they're aligned. And I came to this firm truly because I felt like we believe in our clients and we always put our clients first and foremost.
Absolutely.
And that has not changed in the past 8 years. And there are lots of individuals out there who are great advisors, but they also are very focused on maybe their own personal growth sometimes of their business ahead of what's best for their clients.
Yeah, completely agree.
And after meeting everyone the last couple of days, I can genuinely say that I think we all have that shared mindset around saying we need to put clients first, and we're here to learn as much as we can to be able to support our clients to the best of our ability, and just have that shared culture and shared mindset. And that's just made me feel really good about the direction of where the firm's going.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of idea sharing that has happened. Folks who have recently joined have been able to bring a different perspective to the team, they have different experiences, different clients, and they're able to support the other advisors across the firm.
Absolutely.
So I would say that as we continue to see that growth, as we continue to bring on new advisors, it's only continuing to help our, the existing advisors at Wealthspire and Wealthspire as a whole grow and evolve, and continue to hopefully be the best RIA in the industry.
Yeah. One of the quotes that really stuck out with me was, we've always said we want to be very protective of our culture because we're so proud of what we've built. But they said, let's not be protective of our culture. Let's grow it. And I think that's exactly what this summit is about and what you're doing in your role to help advisors best serve their clients. So thanks for everything you do, Emily. And thanks for joining me.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.